33-year-old James Leonard lunged toward the cameras when questioned while being let out of court. His wife, 22-year-old Alexandria Coates, claimed ignorance.
I wasn't aware of the actions that were occurring.
But members of the Child Exploitation Task Force say plenty was going on in this home on Grandview Avenue, a home they describe as trash-strewn, filthy. Pornographic videos and images were allegedly found on Leonard's computer, and investigators say Leonard confessed to taking sexually explicit pictures of children. His wife, Coates, who told investigators she and her husband are nudists, allegedly said she was aware her husband looked at child porn, calling it a little strange, but allowing it.
A few things I have a real issue with. Men who treat women badly for no reason other than to pump up their inflated egos. Mental midgets who pass on internet stories and memes without ever checking to see if what's included therein has any truth, which invariably it does not. People of any shape, size, color, creed, age, or sex who abuse animals for no other reason than to have their sick, twisted jollies satisfied. And the same goes for people who abuse or take advantage of kids. These last two I find are the lowest ground-rubbing, belly-bottom feeders on the biped food chain. They use animals and kids as their play toys because they are invariably cowards, only preying there because those are the two most defenseless groups in our society, and who often have no one to save them before the abuse becomes violent, sometimes fatal. The case we saw here is a good example. A child-abusing father enabled by a mother who claims to know nothing, proving she doesn't give a damn about whether her kid lives or dies, or used for the puerile pleasure of her vermin-esque mate. In the end, it all comes down to responsibility, personal and parental responsibility. Sad to note the damage is almost always well done and baked into these kids when these pathetic excuses for parents are uncovered. Those paying attention to their children at the level of hoping they can get away with leaving the kids inside a hot locked car just long enough to run into the corner bar for an afternoon belt. That type of story has become all too commonplace in irresponsible America. This one is a new twist on people who should never be allowed to procreate.
According to students and parents, today was senior class picture day, so this initially started with many more students who spelled out "Best You've Ever Seen, Class of 2016" on their shirts. But those 6 girls who were not identifying got together on their own and spelled out the racial slur. The photo is spreading like crazy on social media. We've seen extra security here at Desert Vista High School. Several Phoenix police units have been circling the campus this afternoon. Different students tell me there was even a fight that broke out, although they're not sure if it was because of the photo. The school tells us they are aware of the photo, they're outraged, and they've taken the necessary discipline for these students.
Those 6 kids had to learn this racist behavior from someplace. My educated guess is their parents will be the first to say, they probably got that from those other kids they hang out with. My kid would never do something like that unless somebody else told them to, or they don't even know what that word means and had to be told by somebody else. It's a good reason why the level of hate is rising in America. Parents who treat their kids as objects for abuse, or abuse the privilege of raising the next generation by always blaming somebody else for their kids' idiocy, when they, the parents, the guardians, are the ones to blame for failing miserably to teach, to discipline, or to lead. Personal parental responsibility begins at home. How you act, what you say, and the actions you take to instruct your child not to be a screaming, preening jackass, the likes of which stroll about our schools and then infect society. Here's hoping the parents of these 6 kids don't have any pets. If they do, you can certainly tell where they live. Just look for the excrementary droppings on lawns of neighbors, showing the same kind of respect for others they allow their kids to showcase to the world, and still refuse to take responsibility for their parental actions. And that is telling it like it is. Rock on, true believers. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night, right back here on The Hardline.